Good morning. Realize I needed to reach immediately for my coffee. And my RBG mug. Feels like it's been a long time since I last streamed, by the way. I stir it with a fork because honestly, I just think it mixes better, like a whisk. It has been almost a week since I last streamed. And I traveled to Iowa to see family. Saw my brother, sister-in-law, and nephew for the first time in a few years. They live far away. We all live far away from each other. That was really nice. But when I was up Friday morning, I missed it. I was like, normally I would be streaming right now. Not today, though. But here I am. I'm back. And I'm ready to go. I've got a little sticky note project that I'm going to kick off my sprint with. So exciting. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning. So one of my favorite things, I am not exaggerating, one of my favorite things to do in life is not buy new things, but use up everything that I have. It's literally one of my passions in life. I love it so much. Been working through all my pens and markers for a few years. And every time I drain one of those pens dry, I get a little joy because I'm paring it down to only pens that I like, but I still got a ways to go. It's not here right now, but I have got a 4-color ink pen that will never die. 2 of the colors are gone. But one of them, the purple, will keep springing back to life every so often. And I have like almost exclusively been writing with the pink for months and months. Doesn't seem anywhere close. And I'm like, will you ever be done? You think that it would be good, but I kind of want to be done with it. Yes. Okay. Back to what I was saying. So I realized last night I made a flow chart for my podcast that I think will help me visualize the different steps. And I realized I was inspired by the show Silicon Valley, if you've ever seen it. I realized I didn't have any full-size sticky notes. And I was like, I can legitimately justify buying these because I actually need them. It was really fun. Because if there is one thing I do enjoy buying, it's definitely office supplies of any ilk and variety. So I went with the brightly colored multi-stack, multi-pass. Anybody? And so I'm going to work on that now during this first 10-minute sprint. Carrie, what are you working on today? Carrie, I imagine you've been doing Camp NaNoWriMo. I'm sorry if you told me before. I don't remember specifically. But I know all you campers out there getting down to those last few days. Pretty exciting or stressful? Hard to know. Okay. And with that, let's go ahead and start this 10-minute sprint. I'll see you in a few minutes. can't, they're sticky notes, so they're all literally sticking together because that's what sticky notes do. But I got all these written out. And now I'm going to place them. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Oh, you're detached. I'm going to go over and place them on this. Okay, a little flappy deal. Place them on this flow chart that I made last night. And so these are all different steps that I need to do for the podcast. I think it'll give me a good visual representation. I've got a good checklist in my book, but I realize that it's just, even with the checklist, I'm still not seeing, like, I think it's good, but I'm still not visually seeing like which episodes are furthest ahead. What are some tasks that I could grab at a moment's notice and work on? So I'm giving this a try. Man. There was this Just Bonkers show that ended just last year, maybe? Maybe it was 2019, called Silicon Valley, starring the now problematic Thomas Middleditch, but you know, was about Silicon Valley and how crazy it gets there and the pressure, and as a comedy, and it's a strange show, but I liked it. And anyway, the one thing, this is so on brand for me. Honestly, I don't remember a lot of like the plot points or anything at this point, but I remember that they had an enormous amount of work to do. And the way that they organized it was they had a flow chart. And when one part of it was done, it was like for coding, computer programming, something like that, they would take a sticky note and move it to the next step. And then when someone finished a task, they could walk up to the flow chart, look at the different tasks and like what part they were at, and grab a sticky note. And that's what they were working on. And then when they finished it, then they would put it in the next slot. And I was like, ooh, I like this system. But I had yet to try it. And so I decided to go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, Carrie says I was doing camp but gave up. Oh, yeah. Work took up too much time. Okay. My school had a last minute, I see. Last minute professional development day. Is that what PD means? As we are having to go back virtual after being in person all year. You're going back to virtual now. Okay. Okay. And this is in Canada, right? Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. That is hard. I mean, honestly, work is a main reason why I haven't done the camps. Two of our biggest fundraisers fall right during Camp NaNoWriMo. But we do have stuff that we're doing in November, but nothing that falls in the month of November. So that's actually worked out well for me for traditional NaNoWriMo. But yeah, that's too bad. And it sounds like maybe it would have been okay, but this stuff came up that you had not anticipated. All right. I'm sorry about that. I hope it goes well going back to virtual. Although I'm sure that's rough. All right. Well, okay, going to be an ad. Vistaprint, always with the Vistaprint. We'll go ahead and get our first 25-minute sprint of the day going. There we go. I'm going to go put my sticky notes on my board. I'm really excited about it. For real. Okay. All right, there we go. Our little timer will start us off for 25. All right. How did your sprint go? I got my little sticky notes added to my flow chart. I'll show you. There they are. You can kind of see it. Sure. You can kind of see it. There's still a lot more in that first column. That first column outlining episodes, but just got to keep moving. Just got to keep moving. This is the first since I took this trip to Iowa last week. I left super early. I left at like 6 o'clock Thursday morning, and then headed back. I actually left the Des Moines area at like 5:30. 5:30 on the dot is when I got to my car and pulled out of the parking lot. So, I mean, you can imagine I got back Sunday afternoon by a few minutes after 1. Very fast trip. I shave like an hour off my time when I leave super early in the morning. It's crazy. So Sunday was, readjusting to being home, getting unpacked, eating, trying to chill a little bit, but also get ready for the week. And then yesterday was just like diving right into everything. And today is going to be it's going to be quite a day. Yesterday was a great work day because I knocked a lot of stuff off my to-do list. And today is going to be a day full of just meetings. I have a presentation at 9:30 this morning, but I will leave my house probably around 7:30. You're vlogging your week. Oh, okay. We got some stuff from Carrie. I moved my desk in my classroom for virtual setup by my whiteboard. Nice. And you're vlogging. Nice. That's cool, Carrie. I've been thinking a lot about vlogging these days. Like I can't get it off my mind, but I'm like, I can only do so much, but I'm thinking about it. So that's really cool. I think I remember you saying that you were going to start making videos maybe a couple weeks ago. So that's great. You're doing it. That's awesome. Talking about it is one thing. Doing it is a whole other thing. So that's wonderful. Today will be a doozy. I mean, it'll be great. It'll be great. I'm presenting Human Trafficking 101 and about my nonprofit's services for survivors. And then we've got team meetings and just a lot today. So that'll be good. But so right now is the first time I feel like I'm getting my head back in the game with my podcast for the first time since it seems like a long time ago. It was even last week, just knowing that I was going to be gone for a weekend made it so that I wasn't really focusing on the work so much. I was focusing on planning ahead. So it's nice. I'm just getting back into it, getting some things assigned, figuring out what stage everything is at. And I've got big goals for May. If I could do things perfectly, and I don't know how this will be possible, so we'll see. But I would like to get, this is my big goal statement, be to get all of the rest of my podcast episodes, except for one, which is, I'll finish my complete thought, get them all done for the rest of this season by the end of May. That's a lot. It's a lot. On the other hand, like I'm looking at what I have to do, and there are a couple that might be later. For example, I do an annual birthday episode. My birthday is July 3rd, and I have 2 friends whose birthdays are also July 3rd. So we do an annual episode because their lives are also very much on theme with the podcast. That might be later, but I feel like there are, taking out maybe a couple of these, it could really be done. It's a big goal, but I've got a whole month to do it. And including a long weekend. So I'm really thinking about it. Oh man, it would be so nice. It would just be so nice to not focus on just this. Because I go back and forth. It feels like doing the early morning live streams helps me get so much done in advance. And then there were a couple of weeks where I was really thinking more about administrative stuff, and that really, it didn't put me behind, but I need to get back ahead. Oh, well, this is my life. Okay. Carrie says, I'm glad you have your sprint. I've recently been diagnosed with ADD. Okay. I find it tricky not to procrastinate and get started on stuff. Yeah. Well, what I have heard from my friends who have had a similar diagnosis is that they felt like the diagnosis in a way helped them make sense of what they had been experiencing. I'm sure it's different for everyone. And then helped and then they were like, okay, now, like when they were, there's just like two friends I'm thinking of, and they both said something similar, that they were able to strategize about their strategies better. And even though one of my friends was like, oh, I kind of figured, it really took the other person really by surprise, but they both felt like it helped them to move forward and take steps. So that would be my hope for you. You seem like you get a lot done, Carrie, and I have so much respect for the work you do. Super important. And yeah, okay, you find it tricky not to procrastinate and get started. Well, but you got started. You did it. So I just believe that you will keep doing that. Okay, it's been so nice to know that I have a label on something I'm struggling. Yeah, okay, that's what my friend said something very similar. Yeah, so it's not, you're not just like, oh man, like what's wrong with me? Oh, well, I just have something different from other people is kind of how my couple of friends ended up framing it. So I hope that I'm glad that has maybe shed some light on your situation. I don't know if you would be interested in this. There is a book, an author who I adore her. Her name is Gretchen Rubin. It's nonfiction. It's not specific to someone with an ADD diagnosis, but it has been so helpful to me. So she's got kind of this, she's got this personality assessment, I guess, called the 4 tendencies. And it's about how we respond to, it's very focused, how we respond to internal and external expectations. So expectations we place on ourselves versus what others expect from us. And so there's 4 different ones. Do we tend to do, is it easier for us to do things that other people are expecting us to do? Do we tend to find it easier to do what we expect ourselves to do? Do we rebel against both? Do we respond to both expectations? And then she's got this book called Better Than Before. And then she's got strategies for like tons of strategies. And they all have, certain strategies are recommended for the certain different tendencies. Hi, Helene. Oh, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so glad you're here. I'll be here for about 35 more minutes-ish. Oh, and then Carrie says that sounds right up my street. All right, Carrie. Well, guess what? I'm going to post some links. This has changed my life. I know like everyone has their thing, but I will say not only has it changed my life, but I have told several friends about this. And oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I hit that link before I saw your message. Yeah, I can do that. But this is the quiz about the 4 tendencies. Now, I will say this. Okay. Completing my thoughts. The people who I've told about this, who have looked into it and read the books, I can see the ways that it helped them reframe how they do things and changed helped them achieve goals they've been wanting to do for a long time. So, it's like worth looking into, right? Okay, I will, yes. Let me make sure that I can find you. I think, are you just My Atlantic? Okay, come on. There it is. I just typed in my, okay. Let's see. Helene says, your streams are usually at a time where I eat lunch, do schoolwork. Sure, I understand. Well, I mean, you'd be happy. Oh, I guess if you're doing like videos or something, that would be hard to have a live stream. But if you're just doing homework or something, you'd be welcome to join in if you wanted to, Helene. But no pressure, of course. I'm just glad to see you here. How are things going over where you are? All right, let's go ahead and get this next one started up. And I'll message you that stuff, Carrie. I'll see you all on the other side. I even knew it was coming, and I was a little taken aback by that one. It was a little loud. All right, how was your 25-minute sprint? I made some good decisions about things. I started the editing process on a new episode. So I'm going to do one last, I think we'll go a 10-minute sprint for this last one. I'd like to go 15, but I'll have to get going here after our at 7:15 as usual. But during that time, I got this editing process started. And so this part of it is applying like some editing filters to an episode. And I have a chain of filters. I just did this. I've been doing this for over 2 years now. And I just learned that I could like create a preset chain of edits. And I was like, ugh, if only I'd known before. So it makes it a lot faster. So while I do that, and then I have to just wait for them to all apply. In the meantime, I'm getting my bullet journal for May. Look at my pretty May design. So simple, but florally and springy. Getting that all set up. At least getting some headings. And then, it's so crazy. I keep looking, if you're wondering what I'm doing when I'm doing this, it's because I'm looking over at my new flow chart that I just made and thinking this is going to be a really good weekend to get stuff done. So it really has helped me organize my thoughts already. And I just made it like during this stream. Helene came in with 609 words, wondering how you even did it. You felt like you were writing so slow. You were just in such an amazing flow that you were like relaxed and writing and just like not even feeling super rushed. And then bam, you got all those words out. Nice work. That's a really good feeling. Congratulations on that. Okay. Well, as much as I wish that I could stay forever and ever, we're going to do our last 10-minute sprint. So let's go ahead and get started on that right now. Well, oh, wow. I clicked incorrectly. Not right. Okay. Right. Okay. Now. All right. How did that one go for you? I got a couple of things written down in my bullet journal, but then I needed to really switch over and start getting things, make sure that I got my presentation that I'm giving in a couple hours downloaded, get a video that we're showing embedded, and then put that on a USB drive as a backup. So I was doing all that, and I was going slowly, and I was like, I'm going to need you to speed it on up there, computer. I do not have the patience for this today, but it's fine. So let me know, how did that go for you? I'll give you a minute to let me know while I send this little presentation over to the USB drive. So I know that there's a little bit of a lag. How'd it go? How was your writing? You pleased with it? I'm pretty pleased with what I got done today. Just moving back into this headspace of being back home. Helene, 298 words in 10 minutes? That's a lot of words. Very well done. That's a big accomplishment. You were on fire today. That's fantastic. What you writing today? What are you writing today, Helene? What are you working on? I'll give you a second to answer because I'm just watching these files transfer over. 260. What? This is big. I feel honored to be with you virtually at this turning point in your work. 260 words away from your Camp Nano goal. You're just going to finish a few days early. No big deal. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And now only 160 words away from the goal. That just got even better in a flash of a moment. That's wonderful. 160 words away. That means if only I had time to do one more sprint, then I could have been with you when you reached your goal. But I mean, that's just not always how it works. I'm so glad you were here, though. I'm so glad I got to be a part of this with you. Only a few sentences away from one of the big turning points in your story. That is so cool. Hooray. Congratulations. I don't know how to say congratulations in German, but I do know how to say it in French. Félicitations. Working on a novel that is a mix of a romance and thriller with the mafia involved, and the protagonist is a leg amputated girl. Basically, there's nothing basic about that, actually. I know you're just like giving a synopsis, but I mean, that is quite complex, and it sounds super interesting. Wow. You probably can't give it away, but I wish I could know what the big turning point is in your story, but I understand it's a secret. How cool. Wow. Oh man, I'm so glad that you were able to join in today. So cool. All right. Well, I'm going to go. My files have finished transferring to this USB drive, and I need to go get ready to go. I need to go get ready to go and start this day. So thank you to everyone who is here. Helene and Carrie, thank you for chatting us up in the comments. And I'll be here again tomorrow, 5:45 a.m. U.S. Central Time. So, okay, everyone have a wonderful, wonderful day.